find the target lawn. Here it is. This one I hope is
These two
funny.
Florida teens just got arrested for filming themselves driving a
I can't laugh right off the bat. It's Florida. Yeah, I think this will. I'm hoping this will be entertaining.
lawnmower through a Target, all for TikTok views, I guess. And the worst part is, they don't even seem to be upset about it. In fact, they're wearing the arrest kind of like a badge of honor.
Okay, they were destroying stuff. That's not cool. They're just driving around, fine, but actually destroying cars, damaging property, no, that's not funny.
Or, well, at least one of them is, because I'm sure it's probably not the best for a positivity and fitness influencer to brand themselves to annoy people for attention online. Because it's kind of crazy that we've gotten to the point where countless young adults are happily making their own lives harder so they can simply get the online reaction of, why would someone do that? It's just not worth it. And then everyone forgets about whatever they did just a few weeks later, but they still have to live with the consequences of their own actions. Like, damn, that's crazy, is not worth making your life harder over. Regardless, though, I guess when one of these guys didn't see immediate success overnight, it seems like he just decided to get attention by any means necessary. Unfortunately for these guys, though, it feels like we're starting to hit the wall for going viral for just being stupid, and I feel like they're just gonna skip right over the fame part and go straight to losing out on opportunities due to your digital footprint. Again, congratulations, you played yourself. Because now, anytime they're applying for a school or a job, they're gonna have an article of them plowing a lawnmower into a Target door and overalls show up. So I don't know how much that's gonna help.
Bite-sized sustained energy to raise your bar. New Clip Energy Bites.
Let's be honest, painting can be a pain.
This doesn't look good.
How much do we spend at that paint store?
Help them or affect them in the future. Who knows? We live in interesting times. Regardless, I just don't know how this can be considered a solid decision. Because
it's not only a TikTok stunt, it's a TikTok stunt in Florida. But they're children, so I wouldn't call them Florida man, they're Florida boys.
Because it's hard to monetize a stunt like that unless they promote some sort of like gambling website in the middle of it. But who are these people from what it looks like are walking peptide stacks? Well, Luke Charsky and Yannick Zakardek. I butchered that name. Yannick Zakardek. Yannick Zakardek. I think it's that. Okay. But they're both 18-year-olds who live in Florida. And like many people their age, they've essentially been trying to go viral since they can get their hands on a camera.
Hi guys, what you doing? I am Luke. Welcome to my channel, and I am 12 and this is my first video. And I got a GoPro for Christmas, so I said, well, why not?
And this is all evidenced by this YouTube channel that seems to belong to a young Luke, where he was posted such online content as prank calls, arm wrestling, BMX tricks, and sting pong. I had to Google what that was, but apparently it just means that you try to hit your opponent with a ping pong ball as hard as possible, and you get bonus points if you make a well. I mean, those are just harmless kid activities that is just kind of a part of growing up. But it's safe to say that Luke and Yannick here have very different social media presences. It seems like both these guys wanted to start off as fitness pages, but they went their own way with their content, to put it lightly. And it's a little bit confusing at first because Luke has two accounts, but one is way more successful than the other one. On one of these accounts, he's still actively posting, and he's posing as a inspirational 18-year-old who learns how to do a new thing in a day. And I mean, after going through his account, the dude is talented. He makes very high effort and entertaining content. And it shows because he has over 600,000 followers on Instagram, which is not easy to do if you're not botting your stuff. And looking at his account, everything looks legit. So if he has all that going, why is he getting arrested for driving a lawnmower inside of a Target? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me because, again, what he's doing is solid, engaging, and risk-free before the stunt. So why take the risk on the stunt?
Day 2 of proving you can get good at literally everything.
It's been like 5 minutes and I got the first 2 layers. Stop playing with your boy.
Bottom layer. And the cube is solved. Let's go.
And I feel like the big problem here is the stunt isn't even that funny. It's just one of those like, damn, that's crazy. Why would you do that? Like, that's the kind of video it is. But regardless, he made a whole bunch of viral videos on his main Instagram account and just decided he was going to get arrested for driving a lawnmower inside of a Target next. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because it just falls into the low-hanging fruit genre of harassing retail workers. Like, gee, that's never been done before. And it sucks because the pay's not great for a retail worker, and the last thing you want to deal with after a long shift of dealing with customers' attitudes is some TikTokers trying to be funny in the loudest, most annoying way. But in his own account highlight, he was talking about being a troubled teen, and he was actually sent to boarding school. So I'm sure his parents are very happy with his behavior now. The dude says he's learned a lot and grew, but I mean, after seeing this, I don't know about that, bud. Like, at the end of the day, any influencer who has to rely on harassing retail workers for content, you're better than this. You shouldn't be doing this whatsoever. But Yannick, on the other hand, he admits in his Instagram bio that he is a failed fitness influencer, and he's already given up on, I guess, anything worthwhile. So now he's pivoted to Yannick Trolls, which is just, you know, as bad of an account as you might expect. Because here, you essentially have Yannick, who's just being a burden to society while filming everything on Meta glasses. So essentially, he's just blasting music in public to harass people for attention, and he's harassing homeless people, he's driving a lawnmower into Target, and using a leaf blower out of Culver's. So essentially, his content is, haha, look at me, I'm bothering people. Wow, thank you for your service. Like, but he's already updated his profile photo with his mugshot and a pinned post outlining his arrest, so clearly this is a highlight of his life. But I guess one thing Yannick seems to need for his videos is multiple angles. And this is where Luke comes in. So while you can see Yannick blocks out Luke's face in the arrest post, it sure looks like Luke was the guy who was filming him both in the Culver's video and in the Target prank. Or, well, we actually know for a fact he was filming him at a Target prank because they were both arrested. Because on April 25th, the boys unloaded a rideable lawnmower out of a trailer and attempted to drive it into a Florida Target for Yannick's newest Instagram video. And here they were shirtless but dressed in overalls and a cowboy hat, and Yannick attempts to, I guess, enter the store, but instead just drives straight into the sliding glass doors, shattering one before throwing it into reverse and trying again. Again, it just leaves you with the reaction of why? Why are you doing this, guys? So he then drives around in a circle as people rightfully are dragging their kids as far away as they possibly can. I mean, a random person wouldn't just assume that you're pulling a prank. They are probably a little bit more concerned that you are, I don't know, going to try to run someone over the lawnmower. Like, there's so many things about this that is just so wrong. Because again, this is happening in Florida, so it wouldn't be like an unbelievable headline to hear that someone was trying to run people down with a lawnmower. But I guess like most pranks, it's short-lived, probably because they know how bad it was from the start. And I know as much as they were laughing, their hearts probably stopped when that door shattered. But I guess after this, they quickly drive the lawnmower back into the trailer before cutting to Yannick getting handcuffed. And they were eventually both arrested, and the police said that Yannick was charged with criminal mischief and disorderly conduct, while Luke was charged as a principal to disorderly conduct for his role in recording the stunt. And they were both released on Sunday, and Yannick seems to be more excited than anything else from the stunt. And he also posted this Culver's video, which he apparently took the night before. And I'm not sure if that's a crime in itself, but it's just annoying. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we should have the basic right here in the US to go out in public and not be harassed by some IRL streamer or a TikTok prankster. Or is that just asking for too much? But this is why
Apparently
I'm
it's
making videos
asking
like
for
this,
too
because
much.
all this is just so insufferable. I don't want this to continue. But I guess in all the post bragging, Yannick covers Luke's face, probably because, like I said, this doesn't really fit with his brand. And it really makes you wonder what these two have in common besides wanting to go viral. Hopefully, Luke is a little bit more careful with who he collabs with in the future, because obviously he has something going for himself. Why is he a part of this? But Yannick will probably continue with stuff like this because he's obviously bragging about being arrested. But hey, at least he's not facing 5 years in Indian prison like this YouTuber is because he wanted to go disturb an isolated tribe. You can check out that video here, but other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, okay, so let's get back to main YouTube. But yeah, dude. Oh, oh, Alana's talking about DoorDash girl. Was it Olivia Henderson, I think is her name? Oh, and there's Leaflet talking about that teenager who violently assaulted the teenage girl who wouldn't give him her number. Yeah. Let's see what other craziness is now on TikTok. I mean, what? There's always craziness on TikTok, but I mean, Twitter. Ooh. Outrage revised over 2017 removal of To Kill a Mockingbird from Mississippi schools. Okay, yeah, if you it happened 2017. So is it reversed? If it wasn't reversed, why are you being upset about it? It's not gonna do that. Okay. Political trending trader. Let's see. Oh, Rudy Giuliani. Yeah, I heard he was in the hospital. What's going on with that? Fighting pneumonia remains in critical but stable condition. Okay. Ask.com shuts down after nearly 30 years as pioneer search engine. That's sad. I didn't even know they were still around. Rhode Island was the first to denounce King George III 250 years ago. Oh, here it is. Oh, now it's trending. Yes, now the whole thing with Mimi being a pedophilic man, yeah, they're going out. Mm, yeah. See what the comments are saying. Is anyone apologizing? Mm. Let's see, is it apologizing? Mm, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, well, then let's look over. Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah. Mm, mm, yeah. Oh, wait, where? Yeah. 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 Okay, yeah. Let's see if anyone's. Yeah, blindly supporting. We saw that. Okay. Oh, Julie got some. Yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's sad. It did hurt the VTuber. This really did hurt the VTuber space a lot, and I find that sad. Oh, did I look at the trader? I don't think I did. What was the trader thing? Uh, 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 what is? Okay, what is? Hmm. Okay, I'm so confused. This doesn't help. So this is about the, yeah, the alleged. That's from the manifesto of the guy. Alright. Okay, that's. Let's go back to YouTube. Find something. Some kind of palette cleanser thingy. Maybe. Is there enough of a palette cleanser for this stuff? Okay, she's. Okay, looks like she's got a zucchini in one hand and painter's tape in the other, and I don't think that's gonna be a palette cleanser. Yeah, that's gonna be something, but I'm just being. Yeah, I'm being silly. Let's scroll down. These things, no. Texas Cannibal Story, I don't want to know. Thank you very much. Do we have some news that is not creepy and disturbing? Something, where like no one actually got hurt. Okay? Do we have any of those kind of stories around today? South Korean. What is South Korea trending? Attack on U.S. warship. Okay. Okay, so I need to look up. What's going on with this? Oh, that's opinion. Okay, I don't want opinion. I don't want opinions. I want actual news. I have my own opinion. That's what I'm trying to. Come on, people. Be serious with stuff. Okay. I don't care about Bitcoin. Gas prices in Florida surged by 40 cents. Okay. See, let's. Just it could be some news. So you weren't okay. Storm talk. Forecast. Royal. I haven't. Horoscope. No. Kolkata, West Bengal's Kolkata district. Me. Yeah. Okay, it was Calcutta. I was wondering. That's because I saw that name Calcutta is the first thing I thought of. I'm glad I wasn't imagining it. So now even less people will know what the black hole of Calcutta means. That's not really palate cleansing, but people need to know. I think people need to know. Don't want stuff getting buried. Which is an ironic choice of words for this, but just so people know what this is. Yes, the black hole of Calcutta. What I know people want to say inaccurate, whatever. Look it up. You can, as I guess, before people complain about me. I will check a regular historical page after this. The Black Hole of Calcutta was a dungeon in Fort William, Calcutta, measuring 14 by 18 feet, in which troops of Siraj-ud-Dowlah, the Nawab of Bengal, held British prisoners of war on the night of June 20th, 1756. John Zephaniah Holwell, one of the British prisoners and an employee of the East India Company. East India Company gives me civilization flashbacks because it was one of the wonders you build. He said that after the fall of Fort William, the surviving British soldiers, Indian sepoys, and Indian civilians were imprisoned overnight in conditions so cramped that many people died from suffocation and heat exhaustion, and that 123 of the 146 prisoners of war imprisoned there died. Some modern historians believe that 64 prisoners were sent into the hole and that 43 died there. Some historians put the figure even lower to about 18 dead, while questioning the veracity of Holwell's account itself. Now we're going to go to the we want a more official thing than Wikipedia. Let's go. Well, Britannica. Britannica sent it to you, Gavis. Yes. Look, they're pretty much. Yeah. The incident became cause célèbre. Is it cause célèbre? Célèbre or cause célèbre? In the idealization of British imperialism in India and a subject of controversy. Yeah. Yeah, so people just spewing in numbers. Yeah, thing is, okay, if it was in 1756, how can they, like, investigate to say, actually, no, it wasn't? If he was one of the only surviving witnesses, what did they get for other things? That's what I want to know. I'm wondering, or are they just trying to make it, no, because it makes, the Indians looked bad, not the British, and they didn't like that. I don't know what the reasoning was. But it's a phrase that has negative connotations. And I want to see what's going on with Restore Britain. Yeah, it launches a political movement June 30th, 2025. And now that it's gone. April 4th, well, this is May. Yeah. Okay, let's see what if they say the numbers. Do they show the numbers here? Okay, well, let's see. Do they show like how many are there? Okay. Manuscript polling numbers. Okay. That's not your flash, right? Reform loses 10% of its councillors elected in May 2025. Okay. Yeah, they're still at 10%. Okay. Oh, let's see, reform. Okay. They're 26.6. Okay. Okay, the Green Party, from what I understand, the Green Party is the worst. Again, that is just what I've seen from what their members have and their leaders have spouted. Go on that, and there we go. Refresh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's France, right? Uh, uh, yeah, okay. Mm. Paris shut down. Oh, that was April 30th, okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. Okay, well, that's doesn't really matter. I don't think that matters. Mm, mm, yeah. Mm, yeah. Okay. So yeah, France is getting messed with. Do I find her? Well, I'm not into women, no, but I still won't find her. Yeah. No. Mm, okay. Why is she calling her? Oh. Okay. Mm, okay. Yeah. So. Oh, there's. That's just them yelling at each other, basically. Let's finish the job. Okay, yes. Yeah, get rid of. Okay, but Iran gave rid of the IRGC, which apparently they are having some trouble doing. Now, let's see if. Yeah, looking for any short videos. Oh, where's Hirohe? Does he have any videos? These are usually short. Maybe there'll be one that can use to finish it. Okay, that's that. Mm. Mm. Yeah, just some short videos, but it looks like nothing too new. Mm. Yeah. Okay, it's still the same old, same old. So let's. I did a Tozy. Let's see. Let's see. Let's recommend short videos. Oh, yeah, this is just a few minutes. Let's see what he has to say about Phillian.
A new season calls for fresh tools. At Harbor Freight, there are always new tools to discover.
Hey, what's up guys, Rob here. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the very curious situation involving the VTuber Phillian. For those who are not familiar, Phillian is one of the most popular indie VTubers out there. And over the past couple of months, she has been completely MIA from streaming, leaving many wondering when she will return. Well, we got an update regarding that situation, and a lot of people are talking about it because she has essentially wiped all of her social media accounts, removing her profile pictures and other bio-related information, and wiping out virtually all of her content. And people are talking about this because she is a very popular VTuber. She has quite the reach, and people are wondering what happened here. And because she did not provide any explanation before going, people's imaginations are running wild, and we're hearing all kinds of reasons people are coming up with, including her just sailing off into the sunset after a successful career, to her being deported, to her being sued, to her just doing an elaborate troll to come back with a simple rebrand. We really don't know, but what we do know is, on her last stream in December on her now wiped Twitch account, she did a, I guess, final stream as of the moment where...
Yes, I would like. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. I want to see the big reveal.
She sort of hinted towards a break and a possible return in this clip right here.
What's... Oh, frick. Oh. I didn't think it would be this soon. It's happening! It's time for me to go for a little while. I'll bring it time. I really gotta go. I didn't think you'd ever see me like this. You'll be able to see the world. My world.
So obviously there was something pre-planned during that bit. She was trying to leave you on a cliffhanger. For what reason, we really don't know. But as time went on, eventually after months of no appearances, people started looking at her scheduled streams, including one scheduled for the 20th of April. However, spoiler alert, she did not show up for that stream or the other subsequent scheduled streams.
I have no idea who Extra Emily is. It sounds familiar, but I don't know for sure.
And, well, people are like, now what? Well, here's what. She's gone. She has completely wiped all of her accounts, including her YouTube channel, her Twitch, her Twitter, her Discord, her TikTok, her Instagram, basically anything that she's been connected to in any sort of capacity, not just wiping some of the bio-related information and profile pictures, but also wiping out the content. probably costing her tens of thousands of dollars a month, and also, you know, removing a steady source of income from legacy views and things like that on YouTube and other platforms. So it's a pretty serious move on her behalf. But of course, like I said, people are making assumptions because this is all we know right now. Well, assumption number one, did they get her? Okay, a lot of people are wondering if she was scooped up and taken away. The big joke here being that during this MIA streak from streaming, people were asking her friend Cha-Cha where she was, and Cha-Cha said that ICE got Fillion, which of course we talked about this back in January. Cha-Cha was attacked for this, called problematic towards the current social environment we're in right now and how people feel about ICE, and she was actually pretty based in this one. She doubled down and basically said, I have nothing to apologize for. That was kind of a good ending to that, but she is someone who's close, and a lot of people are turning to her, asking her for questions. Where is Fillion? Is Fillion truly lost? You know, pun intended there. But, yeah, we don't really know anything else, and also weighing in on the situation is Neurosama, saying Fillion's lost, not just missing, truly lost. And you can see some fans saying, we weren't ready. Well, that was the one theory, right? But there's a lot of other theories that I think are a little bit more realistic. The number one thing a lot of people are saying is that maybe she's just simply retiring, right? She's sailing off into the sunset after a very successful career where she's probably made millions, and she's just moving on to something else outside of it. That is definitely a potential reason, but a lot of people are thinking it has something to do with her model. Either it's a rebrand or something more serious. For those who don't know, she has a model that has a whole host of controversy attached to it, where she didn't technically own the model. It's a whole story, and it's caused a lot of controversy, especially with commercial rights to merch or anything related to the model. So some people are also looking at this slow fade out on YouTube and thinking this is all a part of a healthy rebrand where she's going to have her own model and be completely disattached from any sort of connection to that previous model that is mired in controversy. It would set her free. She would have her own IP to it, and she'd be able to make merch as freely as she wants without any sort of worry about getting sued or facing any consequences for that. Now, somewhat related to that theory is the idea that she's in some serious hot water, and that has to do with the potential copyright situation. This is something that many believed was resolved about a year ago, but do we really know what's going on behind the scenes? I don't know. I mean, this is just what people are saying. I'm not claiming any of this is real, but some people are speculating that maybe she's in some sort of legal trouble with copyright, and as a part of this whole whatever's going on, she is wiping her social media accounts entirely. I mean, that is a theory, but something people are saying. Also, people noticed that the exact day all this went down.
Get protein and probiotics in new Baby Bell Pro.
Even with cheese. Okay, yes, I love cheese. Didn't want the ad.
The new alcohol-free extra mild Listerine.
It's not
Smooth,
green.
Delicious mint.
It's not
Six
Listerine if
essential
it's not
benefits.
green.
No.
Her Mythic Talents employment ran a 3-year course. And, you know, Mythic Talents is obviously a bit of a controversial topic, given what's transpired with the whole Asmongold thing and everything that's happened over the past couple of months. But nevertheless, a lot of people are looking at this situation and scratching their heads, wondering truly what happened here. You can see like a pretty interesting synopsis saying starts streaming in 2021, gains 1 million subs in a year, hosts the 2024 VTuber Awards, appears in Nikkei's 2.5 anniversary concert, disappears without a word, deletes 10% of her videos in March, deletes all of her videos and tweets 1st of May. Was she like a social experiment or what? So I guess we'll end on that final theory that this was all just a social experiment. It was all just a prank, bro. And we were exposed to Fillion, and she was just out there as a psyop and a learning experience for data collection or something. Who really knows? But this whole thing is very odd. Definitely for sure. It's very odd, and for someone who is always very community-oriented, to go dark for almost half a year at this point, and to, without an announcement, just wipe her socials, which not only would cost her a lot of money through passive income and things like that, but also it would leave her fans pretty disappointed. I mean, if she is, for example, getting a new model, I mean, what about the old content? Like, are people not allowed to enjoy that anymore? Like, I don't know. And that feeds into the potential where there's some sort of issue with the model. Who knows? But these are all just forms of speculation. And, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about this, because you know as much as I do. I'm just presenting all of the ideas people are floating around. So feel free to share those thoughts in the comment section. But I think that's really going to do it for this video. Until we see something more substantial happen, well, that's pretty much where we're at. So if you like this video, please leave a like, make sure to sub, and consider putting on notifications if you want to see my daily uploads and also my multiple streams a week here on YouTube. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, I know it's a little bit... Ooh, full screen again. Yeah, I'm gonna call it early because I got some laundry and dishes to do. So, and there was way too much news, and a lot of it was, well, it wasn't all happy news, because people gotta be weird. So, yes, I hope you guys can have a great rest of your day. I will see you next Monday, or, well, if you watch my other streams, you can see me Wednesday and Friday too. So, take care. I will see you guys later. Enjoy your day.